Have you seen today's
God,
shirt?
we've been here all day.
Have you seen this?
Tar and feather. I love it.
Have you seen the back? It's got the bucket of tar.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah, I have your guys' shirts right over there.
Well, we've already divvied him up. Mine's in the truck. I'm wearing my SOE, the standard SOE issue.
I like that shirt.
Standard.
What's
SOE
going
issue.
on, guys? We're live streaming multi-platform. We're on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Are we on the X?
That's Twitter. All right, guys. We're now.
I'm surprised you're on there.
I'm actually verified on
But I'm surprised you're even verified, because didn't James always tell you to stay off the X? What's going on? Sociopath. What?
Jonathan Cam, what's up? Did somebody call you a sociopath?
I don't know.
Or somebody's
trying to read something that's very
sociopath.
far. Killdozer is a good shirt too.
Well, what that means is it's not showing you. We have an avatar of a Killdozer, SOE Killdozer.
Oh.
I actually got notification. Brawl Dog, what's up? Landfill, how are you? Toy Town, what's going on? I wonder why Toy Town's name is darkened like that. Maybe that means he's a member or something. Hamster, what's up? Chris Watkins, how are you?
Yeah, because there's another one.
That's got to be what it means.
Easy 2 hamster. Well, we should know these things so we can.
Well, it's because we're on StreamYard.
The
I
Pecs.
don't know why.
What was that? There's another one down there.
Peck Perspective,
Yep.
What's up? Inquisitor, what's up?
Lord K.
KSGN, what's going on? How are we? How is everyone?
Why is that a bloody handprint?
I don't think it is. It's a hot pink handprint.
Did you get that fire started?
Did you go start a fire?
You didn't get it. What happened? No fire?
There's road flares in a box in there. If you just throw it in the dumpster, it'll start a fire every time.
Magnesium?
Do not light my dumpster on fire. When it gets hot, it warps them. It ruins them.
Using it in the fire pit.
Did the kids do karate? Oh, taking the kids to karate. Akala, this did just start right now. Yeah, we're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
Wait, recommendations on Instagram for Scully a skull on a really Scully? Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. If you're getting recommendations from it, then definitely not, because I don't do any. I'm terrible, guys. I'm the worst friend and worst social media guy.
Facebook will go through and just recommend. Like they'll recommend. They'll send me. I'll get a friend request from somebody, and I'll accept it, and it'll go, "Hey, we sent them your friend request." Like it tricks you.
Yeah.
Like it's some horse shit. There is a.
I don't know if it's a fake account, guys, but
there is a tactical response account out there right now that shows that it has 1 million members.
Yeah.
And it's a fake account. Corey Watkins, what's up? How are you? Guys, we're going to run this live for a little while. Conversation's good. We'll keep going. Otherwise, when it dwindles down, then we will stop the live. We're going to do a giveaway here towards the end. To be a winner of the giveaway, you have to be a Patreon member, and you have to have an order number. That makes it a lot easier for us.
What are we giving away?
I'm going to give away this super kit bag down here.
Nice. Oh, no bullshit.
Scully, did you get my?
You can't give that away.
Scully, did you get my email pics of Ukraine BDUs? Unfortunately, they're mediums. I don't know.
I did not get the pictures.
You might, whatever it was.
You might have. Medium's not going to do it. I need large regulars.
It is awesome
because I'm fat.
You might not know this.
I can kind of wear mediums.
Everything we build is awesome.
Oh, I knew that.
That's all we do. Rodney Scott, what's going on?
Yeah, but it's like
Joshua, how are you, man?
When you make it out of woodland, it's like awesome with frosting on it, right? It's like
how's the possum?
Better.
The possum's good, man. He hasn't even tried to bite. Are you taking the possum home? You want to?
Oh yeah,
it's a girl. What would you name it? Grace.
Nice.
You now have a possum named Grace.
It's already in a box, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already in a box. It's ready to go. And I'm sure John will throw in some cat food.
I have cat food.
It's a federal crime to relocate a possum more than 1 mile away.
Well, let's not talk about it.
It's not really. It's probably somewhere. It probably is. Rodney Scott, how are you, man? What's going on, guys? Okay, conversation seems to have ended.
Has it ended? Is that it? Is that all we're doing? Come on. Yeah.
I'm gonna sign up for Patreon right now.
Sign up for Patreon right now. We don't need your email if you're in the room.
Yeah.
Scully did what?
story about the possum.
YouTube.
I'm a Patreon member, YouTube member, and I have multiple recent orders. Deplorable bag is on its way. Right on. So the way we pick winners, they are people that participate in the conversation and give us a good line of conversation. If you stand out in my head, that's who we pick. And I try to pick dudes that I really don't recognize.
Thank you for allowing me to cure your ED.
Just got our first flock of sheep. What'd you get? Shofar Acres, man. What'd you get for sheep? What kind did you get? You've had a few possums. I've had over 100 possums. The dogs were going nuts this morning, and when I looked outside, the 2 Pyrenees were just laying there, which was weird. They're just like chilling about halfway up the hill, and I'm like, whatever. They're barking at whatever they're barking at. Not the Pyrenees. The other dogs were all barking off someplace else in that front fenced area. So I came back inside, and when one of the employees got here, she said, man, the dogs are really going crazy. So I'm like, yeah, I guess I better go look. So I walked through the fence, and I saw something sitting out there between the 2 white dogs, the Pyrenees. It was just laying there. It looked like it could have been a dead chicken. And I just figured, well, those dogs don't kill chickens. It's just something they dug up or brought up. And as I got closer, I'm like, oh man, that's a possum. And it was all like licked up. It was all covered in slobber, but no blood, no damage, nothing. And I reached down, picked it up like you would pick a cat up by the scruff or a rabbit. And it was just a possum. And it wrapped its hand around its bottom jaw, its front teeth, and just kind of like looked like it was sucking its thumb. Not aggressive. It's a medium-sized possum, maybe a year, maybe less. Little female, pretty clean, no damage. And I've picked her up, I don't know, 3 or 4 times today. She hasn't really tried to bite. She's still, I'm sure in shock. But I put her in a plastic tote with the intention of just letting her go at night. But there's really not a safe place to let her go here. There's roads everywhere, and there's dogs everywhere. Brawl dog, Scully. I've been applying camo to long guns and even 1911s. John's email was sand.rr.com. I still have that address. It redirects. What AO climate time of year challenged you most as you attempted to blend into the environment?
What was the most challenging environment? I mean, I would have to say that most challenging environment is really the desert. But you can use microtrain to your advantage. But there are some places, like there were some places in Kuwait that was just fucking tabletop. And literally, when me and Chris Hayes with the fucking M40 sniper rifle and an M16 were walking across that desert, it was like I actually told Hayes, hey, we're gonna be fine, even if they see us, because no one's gonna want to waste a fucking tow missile on us. They're gonna want to shoot a tank. So they're just going to see us and they're going to let us keep walking. I mean, the desert is pretty challenging because you can see for fucking miles. I think that was pretty the hardest one. I think, the snow could be a serious environment only because
tracks.
We don't really have kit for that. Like we're still issuing out overwhites from the 40s. So they're just cotton overwhites that soak up all the water. And like, we don't really issue out like real snow camouflage.
I was looking at Beyond last night, some of their stuff, and they've got some overwhites on their I think layer 5, layer 6, and some of their wind stuff, layer 4, level 4 stuff out of the Iqwix. They've got some overwhite stuff in there. It was on eBay. There's a ton of that, like brand new. They say it's Navy SEAL shit, but it's like AOR2. It's that Navy camo shit. There's a lot of that out there for sale. And some of it's ridiculously expensive, and there's a lot of it on some of the gear groups on Facebook. There's a lot of that stuff changing hands for like $90. You can get it.
Yeah.
It says it's in really good condition.
What is 22?
22 Katahdins, man. Good on you. I've got St. Croix here. Katahdins are sheep. They're big sheep.
Oh.
I saw a couple others in here. We're going back. Opossums, hollow livestock. Have you heard of a possum hollow livestock? I've not. In Smithville. What are they growing, man? What is it called? The Cali rednecks are back. Hoping so. Cryptek has some overwhite stuff that's not terrible. So we had Cryptek snow camo in here. It was called Yeti, and we
Yeti,
were
yeah.
never able to get it again. We never saw it. It was never available. We tried buying it. We can still get Alpine from Multicam. We have that. Love the podcast. Sheep people. Got it. They grow sheep over there. We got our sheep from Dr. Barry. We're close here. We're friends with Dr. Barry. We've known him for almost 20 years. And he's like 10 minutes from here. I have video of going to his house and actually catching our lambs. My friend just got moved to 29 Palms and his birthday is coming up. Do you know a good practical gift someone in the infantry would want or need?
I don't know anymore. I mean, it used to be a piece of gear, but now they're spoiled up there. They got all kinds of stuff. They got great gear now. I really, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
Shofar
Especially for
Acres.
29 Palms.
What state are you in, man? What's your number one favorable sold item we make? It's all a tool, man. Just the thing that you need on the day that you need it. I left here last night and I carried, this one's not mine. This is Jeff's, but I carried just a fanny pack with me last night, crossbody. I've got a battery and a router and a few things in there. I usually have a large tool bag.
I carry this little one every day. Amanda's
got a day pack that weighs 45 pounds probably. I've got a low profile belt on. Katanica shorts is what I'm wearing. What do you got? We just made you a med pouch. What else you got in here? Any gear?
You carried in a whole clothes bag.
Yeah, I mean, I got
a whole clothes bag.
I
of
opened your
stuff in
door
there.
and like 12 guns fell out.
Well, yeah, I do have all that.
Yeah.
I brought her 22 just in case.
Just in case.
Case.
Good. Got to have a sniper ready.
What are you encasing for? When's the last time you shot your gun? Last week.
Nice.
You don't shoot every morning when you get up? Do you pee outside?
Good girl.
Your sister does?
A little more feral.
Run a left-handed micro chest rig as a righty. Yeah, you totally can. I mean, the workspace is 13 inches right there. Totally doable. I just wanted to tell Scully, I got to take a bunch of my rifles out to 200 yards here in Northern Ohio. Right on.
Nice. That's good. Take them out as far as you can.
HK M27s. I don't know what that is. Do you?
Yeah, that's the it was supposed to replace the saw. It was a trick.
Oh, got it.
The Marine Corps pretty savvy of them with the HK27s. What they did is they tricked the DOD by saying, "Hey, we're going to replace all the saws with these HK27s." And the DOD's like, "Okay, sounds reasonable. Go ahead and do it." And they did replace them, right? They did put them in there as automatic rifles, but then the Marine Corps was like, "You know, it'd be really cool if we got rid of all these other guns and we just carried HK27s." And then DOD's like, "Well, they're already in the system, so go ahead and let everybody carry them." So everybody's carrying the motherfuckers now.
Is that a 5.56 or?
Yeah, it's a 5.56.
I always like that 21.
Oh yeah, the 21.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's more of a closer representative of an M16.
I like the chop down 308 belt fit HK. It's a little tiny one, like their para. Hi, Scully, John, chat. What's up? Pierre says, "Are we peeing outside?"
Who doesn't?
You can't, Pierre, because your next door neighbors can see you, and you'd be a registered sex offender.
Isn't he already
a registered sex offender?
I mean, he did work at Porsche.
He still works at Porsche.
Oh.
I recently discovered your channel and got shipping today on my first order. Big thanks to both of you, the podcast. Well, thank you for the super chat, Ben.
Yeah, and
welcome.
Hey, Ben, I didn't have anything to do with you getting your gear shipped on time. That's all John.
That's not me.
It's all John.
80%, 85% of our orders ship same or next day. Typically, it's just the guys, with longer orders. They're they have more to say. I get it.
If you order a fucking a patrol rig in Cryptek, it's going to take a minute.
Well, patrol rigs are custom made, so they're shipping pretty quick. 4-mag war bags. I've been building those every night.
You say that, but they're shipping pretty quick if you order like a real color. If you order fucking Cryptek,
I build them one at
with
a time.
purple thread.
Yeah, no, it's because it's me building it. Amanda Willis says hi. It's me, the shipper. We just hired a new girl today. Maybe she'll be doing some shipping. Thanks, Mike.
I heard she changes out water heaters.
She did. She was here months ago. Changed out my water heater. Hopefully, she can do like water pumps and stuff like that. Scully, just tell more stories about the LAR guys. I mean, like water, like construction stuff. I hope she can do like starters and water pumps on, blazers,
Blazers
and
and shit. Yeah.
excursions. Maybe she could do the injectors on excursions. Maybe she could work on Unimogs.
I think that would be awesome.
Maybe she
I
could
need
do
her to
headlights.
Come over and do some Unimog work.
I bought some damn.
What happened? What do you got? This doesn't have a headlight.
The fucking Forerunner, man. I
Oh.
bought these badass headlights, aftermarket headlights. We've had them in there for a couple of years, and she lost a low beam, so we only had 2 high beams, and now she's lost 2 low beams and a high beam, so we only have 1 high beam. Yeah, and it's something in there. So there's a problem in the. I don't know. There's something in there that has wires coming out of it.
Kent, I need you to come to Tennessee. I need you to come to Camden or
I
not
can't.
Camden,
Hold on.
Waverly.
What? Go ask her to show you what it is. You're gonna wiggle this thing around, and the headlights are gonna come on, but it's not gonna stay on. That relay needs replaced, and like they were super fast when I talked to them, but when I told them there was a problem, they were like, "Yeah, you need to buy new headlights." I'm like, "The fuck I am. I'll just buy like Mimotos or something."
Kent, I need you to come to Waverly. I need you to build a porch.
Just got shipping notification
10 foot off
right
the ground.
on. Where is this? Where are we talking? Who are you talking
I was
to?
talking to Kent Rush.
Kent. Oh, is Kent on here?
Yeah, he was. He's up there somewhere.
Kent Rush.
He was talking about how he shipped a bunch of orders to somebody else's address.
If you shipped 3 or 4 years ago and your order was wrong, could blame me for being bored boxing orders. I told you didn't want to work here. He used to come in every Monday and work. I wish he was still around. I want a Smith & Wesson 38 snub nose revolver. Does it have any practical use?
Yeah, of course. As long as you hit the target.
It's a gun, of course.
Yeah. More people were killed with fucking mini balls than anything else.
Kent, can you... Cody...
Are we still recording? Oh, we're not. We don't record.
We don't
this,
record
never
this.
mind.
Cody has some kind of AR, some expensive AR, but it has he's like, who do we know that has a TIG welder? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Why? What do you need done? He needs a brake. He's got a barrel that's short, and to be legal, it has to be pinned and welded. And I'm like, why don't you ask Kent or ask Scully who would do it? I go, better yet, why don't you just buy a new fucking upper? Those Miyamotos are nice.
I can tell him how to do it.
I use them for my fogs. The first chip I got the headlight. Where did that go? The first chip I got the headlight.
It's not really a porch, Kent. I need a
lens. It does
a porch over
a done deal.
2 Connex boxes so we can shoot off of it.
The first chip I get in the headlight lens, it's a done deal. Got it. So I bought something because I was on the TRD Pro Facebook group, and somebody was talking about these lights, and I hit that dude up at 1 a.m, and he got back to me, and I bought them right then. I think they were like $1,100. They're great lights. I mean, you turn them on and they go, they have all kinds of program shit. Porsche is overrated, Kent.
Porches.
I can pin and weld it right on. Appreciate you. I already got what you need. Bring a trailer, Kent said.
What? Bring a trailer? I don't know, Kent. Come on. You've got to come see it. It's already set up.
Does Kent know where you're at?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Kent, they got 360 acres out there. They put some shipping containers in. They want to build a platform over it for kind of a patio cover, but also be able to shoot off of it second level. I have a metal mezzanine from a factory that will work like 10 feet wide. What else do you got that you know what I really want? I want one of those big, huge corn cribs that looks like a giant bird cage. I want to put pigeons in there. And I need a crow. Do you have a crow? Anybody have a crow? Bring me a crow. Since the undocumented won't be missed, is it open season? What's he talking about? Have you guys seen all the house pets disappearing and shit?
Yeah,
I like how Kamala
house
Harris
pets.
was like, that doesn't happen. And then immediately on social media last night, people started putting up videos of cops arresting people for eating house cats.
Amanda wants a crow.
I know she does.
She really wants a raven.
I would like to have a raven too. We have a corn crib like that we used till 2012. I know where there's 2 of them in town here.
Yeah, and you also know someone who owns one.
Yeah. He didn't say, "Hey, you can have this." I still love that. I still love that you guys met in Santee, California. Snub-nosed revolver question was great. Right on. Does it have to be alive? The crow. Yes, I want a live crow. They're actually protected animals. Like to do taxidermy. If you see taxidermy crow, they're European crows. And if you a live one, they're like $3,000. They're as expensive as parrots. It's very crazy.
But you can train them to do all kinds of cool
Yes,
stuff.
yes, you can. I don't know if they live 100 years like parrots do. Now we keep chickens in it. Right on. I need a couple of them undocumented peeps, cheap labor. I don't even care about cheap. I'll pay them full price. I just need motherfuckers that show up to work.
You know, you could probably get a grant. They'd probably ship them here to you.
Maybe.
Well, they were trying to force Elon to hire a bunch of them.
I watched the story about the Haitians eating Canada geese right before watching the debate. David saying that it wasn't shows how out of touch they are. What do you expect they are eating? Yeah, no shit. And it's not like one or two. There's quite a few of them. Chris Watkins, I'll ask. What are we asking, Chris? Corn crib or crow? Viking, what's up, man? Crows can live for 20 years. Very cool, man. Very cool. Yeah, they can learn to speak and mimic. John, I'll ask my guys. Oh, the Mexican dudes, right on. They don't even have to be from Mexico.
Yeah, they can be from Venezuela.
They can just anywhere south of the border. Just dudes that. Where are your women? For 5K, I'll bring you a live crow. Yeah, I don't need it for 5K. Thank you, though. That's what they cost. Like, that's no bullshit. They are very expensive. I got to go sell a car. See you guys later. Right on, Pierre. When they bought them,
Is that code for make a bomb?
when they brought the Mongo to Fresno, they had the same problem eating pets. When they brought the Mongs, what were the Mongs?
They were a Vietnamese. They're not really
Oh,
Vietnamese,
after
but they're
Vietnam.
they're hill people that lived in not northern Vietnam, but they lived in the mountains.
All Haitians are political asylum that were flown directly there and paid month with our Fed tax money. That's actually they say it's your tax money. They just actually steal that money and then they fabricate the other money. Them taking money from you is so that you still have the belief that the system has not actually collapsed or doesn't exist. They actually take money from you in the form of taxes to prevent you from being where you could actually be. It's to keep you involved in the system. That money doesn't actually go into an account and then they take it and, for instance, send it to Ukraine. That's all bullshit money they just made up. And that money going over there is so that they can be sent back so that they can take it in forms of grass. Mongolians. Yeah, they print it. Yes. Yep. I was watching a guy train a crow to steal money from restaurant outdoor tables and
Nice.
tip jars. Yeah, there's a bunch of videos on social media of guys in apartments and stuff, and they'll leave a drawer open and the crow will literally fly in and bring them cash and trinkets and shit. Yeah. I shot a crow as a teenager. There was crows all over San Diego, and when I shot this thing, it squawked and it was like the birds, dude. Like so many crows showed up. There was school at the end of the street, and when school, like it was time to get out in like 5 minutes, the crows made such a big deal. People were coming up to see what was going on. There's probably 50 of them. It was like the air was just black with them.
Yeah, if you do something bad to a crow, they can remember you for up to 20 years. And they tell the other crows that you're an asshole.
I used to do taxidermy. Bobcat meat always had the sweet smell to it. I like the videos of people feed the crows and they bring them gifts. Yes. Yeah. We know a lady who leaves to go to work every morning, and there is a crow every morning when she leaves, and it follows her like 2 miles to work. Same crow, videos over and over. That bird, that's her bird. Pet raven, very cool. We had a crow that would stop every morning, and my old man would give it coffee and Cheerios. They're very smart, man.
Cheerios.
There's a lot of videos of them. There'll be a thing with water and it can't get to it. So it will pick up rocks and fill the water high enough that can actually drink the water. They're very, very intelligent. good people all over the world, but they let anyone in like a set. Well, most of these dudes coming in here that you're hearing about, and you hear about the ones doing the crazy shit, but those are people, they cleared their prisons. They emptied the prisons. They emptied the asylums. Trump just caught on to that in the last couple of weeks, but that's been being said for over a year now. That's why crime is so low in Venezuela. Crime is lower right now in Venezuela than it ever has been. Kid, it had a broken wing and I mended it right on. Used to have a pet raven. What's the giveaway? I got a Woodland Super Kit bag. Trump was also right. They are not reporting crime for LA and New York. No, they're not. They're not reporting crime stats for a lot of places. Argentina is encouraging folks to move there. You can take your guns. Interesting.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that Argentina's the chainsaw dude, right?
What do you mean?
Oh, the dude that won president got up and he's like,
Oh,
we're gonna-
cutting.
yeah.
I think it was Argentina.
He came to the United States. I always like eating. I always like seeing the crows around my place. When they're here, I don't see the hawk. Yeah, they run hawks off. We don't have crows. Crows will not come to the property here for some reason. John and Scully, being 23 years since the attack
Are you fucking
on the
kidding
World
me? Has it
Trade
been that
Center,
long?
could you share
God.
your thoughts about the day and when you where you were? Yeah, I was in bed. Mike Bottoms actually knocked on the door and said, "Hey, planes just hit the Twin Towers," and got up and started watching that. And the first thing we said was, "We're going to war."
I was at cyber school at the time, and I was at home having lunch when it happened, and I literally was like, "Holy shit! I've got to get out of here. I got to get back to the fleet," because I knew that the first thing they do is they lock all the instructors. When we go to war, the first thing they do is they lock all the instructors in place and keep them there. I didn't realize we were going to be at war for fucking 25 years.
Jesse, I never was a watch guy. However, I had this guy offering me too good of a deal for what seemed like an expensive watch. Then my BMX race bikes, that he wanted to make a deal out of it. It sounded too good to be true. I kind of regret not meeting with him. I just needed a buddy that knows about expensive watches, and I wouldn't have to go to LA to hunt him down. I'm this today or recently, or I mean, there's some fakes out there that you can't even tell. Like there's some Rolexes out there that the people at Rolex can't even tell the difference. There's some really good Japanese fakes. We don't put people away, but we take every throw. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. If you're like why are we taking their criminals and the people that they don't want, right? They're not sending you their scientists and their engineers and their mathematicians. They're not sending you people that are going to run businesses.
And what is that? The S1 visa? And when Trump tried to expand that visa so you could get more of the of those types of individuals, they fucking dogged him out about it.
Doesn't Fairfowl live in Argentina? He was in Argentina and then went to Venezuela, or vice versa. He actually has SOE kit. He wrote about our stuff in a book. He's mentioned us before. I've got some emails with him. Chicago changed the laws so that their homicide numbers would go down. Yeah, they're not reporting it. Grandpa used to hunt crows with falcon. Very interesting. I didn't know falcons went after crows.
Falcons will go after whatever you want. Have you seen the dude that has the falcon in his car?
Yeah,
he's driving around
just
town.
tosses.
Lets it go get that rabbit.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. It gets pigeons and shit all over the place.
That's fucking awesome. I want one.
They want the dim votes. I love the attention to detail put into the camo pattern cordura you create to make your pals webbing. Right on. I think it makes a better product. I've the printed webbing, it just never matches the cordura, right? So we make it out of cordura. We make a very solid product. We've been doing it for shit, man. We've been doing it
a long time,
20 years. I mean, we were doing it even back in San Diego. I was making it by hand. Shofar Acres in Ohio. Do you know Bob Lester by chance? I just say that because Bob's in Ohio, and when there are like-minded people, Bob will usually go out of his way to meet them.
Amanda went to beauty school?
Yeah, that's where I met her.
I know.
Oh, you're in beauty. Yeah, you were in beauty school. Gifts for anyone at Palms. Steampunk glasses, or better, sandstorm blow like a sandblaster, even when you're wearing civilian clothes. Neil, what's up? AJ, what's going on, buddy?
29 Palms, guys, has changed a lot. I was just recently.
There's no sand there anymore.
No, I was recently in California, and it's interesting driving around regular California. I'm like, why are the fucking cars all dirty? All the cars in San Bernardino were fucking dirty, like dirty, trash everywhere. I was like, man, this is not how I remember this area. I just kept noticing that everything seemed like it was fucking dirty. Like I almost felt like I was in Tijuana.
That's how all California was.
But then I went up to 29 Palms. I was surprised. I'm like, everything's clean.
Dude, that's exactly what we thought when we were in San Diego.
Everybody's car's clean. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? This is crazy.
Dude, that's exactly how we thought San Diego. Like we went to Fashion Valley, Mission Valley. All the water features were broken. Like the tiles were fucking all like cracked and falling off. We went in the Rolex shop, and the counter in the Rolex store was all fucked up. It was weird.
Yeah,
the restaurants we went to were like, there was not anything high end in San Diego. Like we had come from going to Atlanta to dinner and shopping to going to San Diego, and we hadn't been in San Diego for 10 years maybe. When we went back,
I did go into an Alberto's though, and I cried a little bit because it was so good.
Or even what was the fish taco place that they had everywhere there? It's a chain store.
Yeah, I can't.
They got a good shrimp burrito. Yeah. Even that place was good.
Yeah, I went into Alberto's and I cried a little bit. I wanted to go back. I was the only one in there, and I wanted to go in the back and be like, "You don't know how good this food is. You don't know how lucky you are."
Open border, dehumanize the crossers. I don't want to see people as human things because they're inundated by people fighting to survive. Ohio in the house. Hoodbilly, what up, buddy? Don't miss the shit on an onion smell of 29 palms, 29 stumps.
They've cleaned it all up, man. I was surprised. Even when I was on the base, I was like, I went to base housing, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You live like this?
Radio Made Easy
Living good.
Is not coming to SRF. He is previously booked to go to Overland Expo.
How can he not come to the thing that made him?
Well, the truth is,
I'm kidding.
But the real truth about coming to SRF is it's mostly the same audience. And guys that are going to buy radios from Radio Made Easy have bought
the radios.
Whereas he goes to Overland Expo and it expose him to
a new clientele. That's the way to go. That's the way to do it. Way to do it.
The other night you talked about the samurai sword guy. Guy's name is Joel. Is Joe Bott. If you want a historical katana, I'll get you Joe's number. Yep, that's the dude I was talking about. He specializes in P-51 Mustang parts, meteorites, and Japanese samurai swords. Quite the combination. He has an absolutely horrible website. Last I looked at it, that was probably 10 years ago. But that's your man. He's out in Arizona. Very, very interesting fellow. Fashion Valley Mall used to be skate and board shops, and it's a shit show. Yeah, it like Horton Plaza was beautiful when we left San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fucking migrant camp when we were there. I'm in San Diego right now. It's all run down. San Bernardino is fuck. Yeah, it's absolutely bizarre, man. And there was dogs everywhere. Everywhere people had fucking dogs. In all the restaurants, dogs.
The interesting thing about that is an example of corruption, because they're actually taking in more tax dollars than they were back when we were there, and they're not keeping the things clean because they're just stealing that money.
Neil, interesting you say that. It's super dry here in West Virginia, and I've never seen so many yellow jackets. We have wasps.
Yeah, you got 1,000 in this building.
We have wasps this year like I have never seen. We always have some wasps, but I mean, literally, I'll go out and water the garden and just spray everything, all the foliage, and hundreds of wasps will come out. They've never done that any of the years past. Shop vacs are the way to get your wasps. If you've got wasps inside a building or anything, Just use a handheld cordless shop vac, vacuum them right up. And at that point, you can choose to release them outside or, spray some poison in there or whatever you're going to do. Or give it to a friend who is not aware that it's full of wasps and be like, hey, will you dump this shop vac for me?
That would be a great video. I don't know why we're not doing this shop vac dump video.
I think every other time that I watch a live at 9 p.m., one of your cats is playing. Well, yeah, there's always some bug in here, man. You've been here. You know how it is.
That's, it's interesting.
We're
You
in
say
the woods.
Ticks were nuts this year. I spent a lot of time in the woods. Like I'm in the damn woods every day when I'm not here. And I thought it was weird that there wasn't as many ticks. That I probably 3 ticks, and they were the pea ticks, the little teeny ones, no big. I didn't have any big ticks this year, and I was kind of contributing it to it's been so dry here.
Yeah,
it's been so dry here that the ticks just can't hang.
Parkway Plaza Mall in El Cajon is
yeah.
a homeless parking lot now. El Cajon Police Department say that California's law won't let them do anything.
Yep, that's your liberal Democrats.
Interesting, Rich LB.
Ruining cities everywhere.
Advance of society can be judged by prisons, crime, and full burdens upon the society itself. Tick numbers were up in Virginia. I used to help Joe at the Pomona show.
Nice, the Pomona show. That was the premier show.
Joe who? Peter. We used to do Pomona all the time, man, Peter.
Loved Pomona Gun Show, man. Back in the day.
Enormous. It would take you days to see it. Viking Hyundai, what's up? Yeah, you get what you vote for. Do you, though? Because you didn't vote for that, but it's still happening. Do we really think that the voting is actually real? The wasps often kill the bees. I leave my clover grow a few weeks every year. I barely witnessed any bees last year. They were flush in my clover. Interesting. So maybe we should. I've not killed the wasps, because that seems to be the only thing pollinating. Maybe we should be eradicating the wasp. I think mosquitoes.
Or maybe you need to plant some clover.
I think mosquitoes are far worse this year than the last 3 years. And I have a ton of clover. We have several different types. Interesting you say that, man. I was out painting fence line. As soon as everybody left for a couple hours, I'm painting the fence black, and I'm getting stung through my shirt. Now, Amanda always gets stung by mosquitoes. I can stand outside shirtless and not get bit by mosquitoes. And this year, they're literally biting me through the shirt. I never voted for the bullshit in California. Liberal media today pumping that Kamala demolished Trump in the debate. It's like, yeah, I watched the debate. I didn't take that. Have you heard about the TBI raiding the Millersville police? No, but I know TBI rolled into town here a couple of days ago. There was like 12.
But something is going on, and when you say raided the
Millersville police,
something's going on nationwide. They hit the police department in New York City, the deputy mayor's office. I mean, there's a bunch. It's not just one agency, so there has to be something. There's actually something big going on when it comes to police departments, because there's been a bunch that have been hit recently.
Do you think they're for Trump or against Trump, or do you think it has anything to do with that?
I don't know. Well, the guy that they're talking
they're
about,
just clearing out corrupt police,
maybe, but I don't know. But they're hitting a lot of them.
I wonder if bees are addicted to high fructose corn syrup. Well, I don't know about that, but you always see bees at a park or campground where they're always all over the soda cans that are there. I've also have something going on in my barn. None of my livestock will go into the barn, even when I'm in interest. That's weird. TBI raid was against a LEO known as the conspiracy sheriff. Oh,
yeah,
there
the
you go.
Conspiracy sheriff. They raided him, but it's not going to be because of that, guys.
It was over human trafficking incident. We had like 12 fucking black SUVs roll in here that said TBI over by where we used to live. And I didn't know anything about it. I heard it from Amanda. Bill Gates mosquitoes. Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, Bill Gates did say they were releasing mosquitoes.
Well, they do every year.
I see about types of stinging insects a day: bees, wasps, hornets. ODNR is saying coyotes in Ohio have tested positive for chronic wasting disease. Prion jump from deer to coyotes. I'm worried about this. I would tend to believe that it's more somebody looking for a lockdown, and how are they testing that? I mean, it's the same thing with the bird shit right now. They're using a PCR test to ramp that up. They also have a vaccine they're selling. Prions, I mean, don't eat coyotes. Is it going to go from coyotes to dogs? I don't know, man. Are you using ivermectin on your dogs? Joe Bott also worked with my Uncle Paul with historical swords and suits of armor. We curated private. Oh, very interesting, Peter. Very cool, man. Does pure vanilla extract really keep mosquitoes away? I don't know, but Amanda makes something that seems to work for mosquitoes. She's got it. I don't think she has it for sale, but she has concocted something. Paul is still in South Dakota. So is Paul the guy with the samurai swords? Because the dude I'm talking about was in Arizona. Or has he relocated? Is that the same dude? Oh no, Joe Bott's the guy. Your uncle is Paul. Got it. Mycon 556. Yes. What are we answering yes to? Guys on Instagram, there's a fucking ton of you. We do not see your comments. If you want to participate in the conversation,
Yep.
jump over to YouTube. The platform just doesn't feed over for some reason to what we're using. Does pure vanilla extract vanilla work? Oh, he says yes. Hoax, avian bird flu, and they are rolling up on homesteads with egg signs and taking their birds. Yeah, I've heard some of that. What states is that happening in?
The avian bird flu, though, is not a hoax in the sense of they are doing gain of function here in the United States on avian bird flu. There's a lab in Minnesota that's actually doing it, so it's not a hoax. If they're doing gain of function, that means what they're trying to do is make it so people can catch it. So don't be.
And it has if you look it up, it has a 50% death rate in humans.
Don't be too cautious in the sense that they're not trying to spread that.
Also, like
I have it right now. I'm getting a little headache.
Ivermectin, you guys can buy it at Walmart. Like it's available. You can buy it.
You think it's real ivermectin?
Yeah.
If Walmart's selling it?
Yeah. Yep. I do. That's the horse paste.
Where do you find it?
In the pet section.
Oh, okay.
You can buy it, and there's 12 in a box. So if you buy a case of it, there's 12.
Did you say it's a paste?
Box. Yeah, it's a paste.
Well, how do you
put it on a spoon and put it on your tongue?
Yeah. Have you eaten some yet?
Yep.
What does it taste like?
It's a sour.
Oh, yours is sour apple.
Everybody's like, God, this is so horrible. You guys are pussies, man. Just put that shit on your tongue, swallow it with some water. Amazon has horse paste. Yep, you can get it off Amazon. You can get it at Tractor Supply. Scully, check your phone when you can. Sent a picture of something similar to what I'm talking about.
Check it right now.
You can buy it from a vet or farm store. Yep, you can buy it everywhere.
Where'd you send
Ginseng sold out many places.
Where'd you send it, Kent? When you say you sent it to me.
Yeah, who's the naked chick, Kent?
It's not a naked chick. What the fuck is going on here? I hate this shit.
Find it funny. Bill Gates openly talked about it. West Nile with the bioengineering mosquitoes 3 years ago. Yeah, and what's the encephalitis? You've got towns all over Michigan doing lockdown shit.
What? You got one of those? That's it? I mean, that's kind of cool.
Let me see it.
That's kind of cool.
That is cool. That's super cool. You're gonna need some concrete to attach that to.
I need one of those. When are you gonna come set it up, Kent? It's too short though. I need 54 feet.
You're just gonna have to move your shipping containers closer.
No, you can't do that.
Yes, vanilla is good for mosquito deterrent. Also, lights made to deter mosquitoes around my homestead. Yeah, I've heard voluntary lockdowns in some places. Yeah, are they really voluntary though? Like they seem to be making a huge deal over it. Have you used the flamethrower recently?
Not recently, guys. I'm setting it up for. Well, I'm probably gonna. There's two individuals. There's two individuals that are gonna probably be here at those two federal agents, those young kids that are doing the trailer.
The brothers?
Yeah, the brothers. They
those weird.
They did not get an opportunity to shoot the flamethrower, so I'm saving a couple of tanks for them.
They gave me a Polaroid of themselves, like a little Polaroid.
Nice.
But it's on my nightstand, and I don't know how it got on my nightstand. It's kind of weird, huh?
That is kind of weird.
That's weird.
It is kind of weird, but yeah, I'm hoping they're going to show up because I want to give them an opportunity to shoot a flamethrower, and then I want to do some videos of the. I got some ideas for some different videos with the flamethrower, but really, guys, it has been super fucking dry here, and being that I'm from California originally, I get real weird about the dry weather, and like I don't want to burn the whole state of Tennessee down, so I haven't done any fire stuff. Like I've got like 4 burn pile, huge SOE size burn piles at the house that need to get burnt, but I don't dare strike a match to
Yeah,
it
we're
because I'm
so
worried.
dry, man. We're supposed to have rain all weekend. Like the hurricane's supposed to be heading this way. Rumor has it that DNR is trying to cancel deer season West Virginia because of the drought, afraid of forest fires.
They're going to cancel deer
Deer
season because of the forest
that.
fires.
Teach the
You
crows.
got
and
more to worry about
ravens.
the automotive cars driving down the road.
A lot of New England towns freaking out about mosquitoes. Yeah, like you got that. It's been there. It's not anything new. Flamethrowers, that's right. Yeah, I don't know whether we'd be doing that. It's just going to depend on if we get some rain. Like it is so dry here that our oak trees have all dropped their leaves. Everything's fallen. Lots of fires burning South Cali. Yeah, somebody said the
I'm not trying to
schools are
be
closed.
responsible. I'm just, might want to tamp down the old flamethrower. You don't need to be
especially when it's my shit you're burning down.
out the trailer, out in the training area. Oh, your stuff will be fine. I need to hit the berm with the flamethrower because you got a lot of trees growing in it.
The science himself got West Nile virus. Luckily, he is rich. I don't know what that means. In Florida, it has been raining for the past 2 weeks. We have 3 feet of water in my front. That's fucking crazy. Ready,
That is
Rifleman,
crazy.
what's
Get
up?
out the
Scully,
yes.
that's me and my brother. Unfortunately, we will not be able to make it to SRF this year. Oh, that's who we were just talking about.
Well, we were just talking about you.
He heard that.
And I was saving some flamethrower tanks for you. I want you to be able to party on.
Evacuation near Big Bear.
If you ever just come here, just let me know. Flamethrower is ready to go.
I got the brush torch out to burn around some piles of rock, touched on one spot, and was able to shut the torch off because it just spread so fast. Oh, got it, because it's so dark, so dry. Hey, with that thing, watch that. If it's ever rained, when you hit gravel, the moisture in there will explode the gravel. Be aware of that. And if you're ever near rail ties, be very, very careful. I just brushed across some rail ties and it was no problem. I was even outside for several more hours, and the next morning those were on fire. So they'll just smolder until they go. Dr. Fauci, 83-year-old, contracted West. Oh yeah, I got you. I remember seeing that the other day. Do you guys do long range shooting events? Love to always get input on my stuff if you guys let outsiders in.
We're going to be in the future, but we don't do anything right now. When I say John doesn't do it, I will be doing it.
We know a guy. Have you already discussed the manhunt? Yeah, apparently they're saying it was 2 shooters. They found the gun. They've got his Toyota truck. They have pictures and video of him. They know he bought the gun that morning, apparently, and ammunition. Other than that, I don't know anything about it. We talked about it on the podcast. You think he's dead?
Yeah, he shot.
He suicided himself.
Sure.
Yeah, he put out apparently he messaged or texted somebody, said, "Hey, I'm about to kill a lot of people, and then I'm going to kill myself."
Yeah, they're going to find his body in a ravine somewhere.
Been hauling water since the end of June because our spring went dry. That sucks, man.
Yeah, that does suck. Is there a Coca-Cola bottling plant nearby? Because that's usually who's sucking all the water out of the ground.
Is that the I-75 guy? It is the I-75 guy. Guys, they're putting data centers in all over. You're seeing a lot of eminent domain stuff happening to farmers. And that water, while they tell you it's one thing, if you look what happens in the next 18 to 24 months in all of those areas, those are data centers going in there. And that water is being diverted for the cooling of the data centers. Kent said I texted it too.
Yeah.
They used to shoot off of it. Do you think secret societies that date back to Egyptian times run the world, the secret unknowns? I think that there is something to that. I don't know that it's them. Is it all false flag to justify 10-day? Is it all just a false flag to justify a 10-day wait and justify California's 10-day wait so it'll lose in court? The freeway shooter?
Yeah, I don't think it's a false flag. I think it's a real dude that went off his fucking rocker.
I live in Virginia. Data centers. Yeah,
They
they'll
won't. The other thing too is they won't make that big of a deal about it for two reasons. One, it's Kentucky, and two, he didn't kill anybody. It doesn't fit the narrative. He needs to. They need. They do have the bad gun and they are talking about how much ammo he bought, but in the big scheme of things, he didn't do anything. I mean, it would have sucked. He got shot by him, but again, he didn't kill anybody.
Love you guys. Don't always agree with you. Love you guys for asking big questions and not assuming answers. Chai, what do you disagree? How could you possibly disagree with us? What do we disagree about? Neighboring town.
War asking. Oh,
in Minnesota is Ramsey. Very much hillbilly, wild type, blue collar people there. So people call it Ramtucky to make fun of them. They are not talking about raising the ammo tax from. They are not talking about raising the ammo tax from $1 to $5. They are or they are not. Virginia Tech shooter wrote a Facebook post saying, I bet you didn't think I'd do it just before he did the evil deed. Interesting. Do you guys think you will ever buy a site? No, I have no interest in any of those vehicles. My boy Pierre's had a couple. I don't know if he currently has a Tesla. Every time he got one, there's like just silly shit wrong with it. But I can't do a normal weekend. I can't even do a normal Saturday where I leave here, go to Nashville, and come back I couldn't do it. I drive too many fucking miles to do anything fucking electric. I think that having an electric bicycle is cool. I like the idea of being able to use my solar shit to charge that thing. I think that Polaris has a Razor out that's electric. They've had it for 10 years, man. It's dead silent. It's the size of a little 570. Pretty cool. I could see that, but maybe even a mini truck at some point. But no, I don't see having anything electric.
The other John has a Tesla S and he hates it. Like it's great for making the long journey he does to get to the law firm, but it has so many fucking problems all the time, and it's always updates, and every time it updates, it changes where all the fucking buttons are, and man, he's it's more computer and less car.
We were just in Nashville somewhere, and Nashville or Jackson. We just saw them put in a huge Tesla charging facility. And they had like 20 stations there. You know what else they had? Fucking giant fucking generators right there. Now I question maybe the tank's in the ground. Like who do they drive in there every day and put fucking diesel in that thing? Like
tanks are probably in the ground.
Maybe it's an underground tank. Have you seen the Tesla truck frames get written? Nah, I don't pay any attention to any of the Tesla stuff.
What's his name? The guy that Whistling Diesel. He has torn one of those trucks completely apart.
We know the batteries don't last forever. Electric vehicles are not long term. No. And then what do you do with them? Electric cars are, guys, we had electric cars in the late 1800s. They would travel 100 miles. Like it's not new technology. Fuel killed it. Whatever, man. You want an electric car? No problem. I think you should have to charge it off fucking solar. And really, I don't even really believe that, but I mean, it's all bullshit. I'd like to see the Cybertruck haul the amount of weight that my 3500 does.
It can't. Cybertruck can't do anything really.
EVs were a temporary solution till the hydrogen vehicle tech. Yeah, Elon said he's switching everything to hydrogen.
I appreciate that, but we don't want we don't want vehicles that run off water. We don't want vehicles that run off water. You can't drink oil. You can certainly drink water. If you think we have had wars over fucking oil for the last 100 years, wait until you can fucking run a car or an engine or anything off of fucking water. It's fucking going to be hellscape. That technology should be banned. It's not, and because everybody has this false idea that when they come out with a fucking hydrogen cell that, energy is going to be free. It's not going to be free. There's no such thing as free energy. It's not going to be free, guys. It's going to fucking cost you.
You think the Cybertruck looks cool? Dude, no, I think it looks
I've seen them in.
I think they're punking people.
I've seen 3 or 4 of them in real life, and they don't look cool.
I think they're punking people. It's like Crocs in that fucking movie. Those were like the Air Jordans. We got self-warming batteries now. as an example of your lifeblood water.
Self-warming batteries that uses energy to warm those
Rechargeable
batteries.
headlamps, power tools, tower lights. Going to need hotels for people waiting to fully charge. They also are very heavy. Yeah, I mean, I have rechargeable shit. I mean, I'm carrying a Surefire Stiletto, which I can't put a rechargeable battery in. This is what's in my pocket every day. But every time I leave here, I've got 3 or 4 more lights and headlamps that I can put rechargeable batteries in. I've got stuff that runs on 123s, and I've always got stuff with me that'll take A's and triple A's also.
Yeah, I got a ton of rechargeable tools. I mean, 90% of the trees I cut down is done with DeWalt.
Yeah,
DeWalt
and if you have
chainsaw
the
and
old
the DeWalt-
18 volt stuff, that's just rechargeable C's that are in
Yeah.
those packs.
So,
I don't know what's in
and
the
I love
newer
those.
ones.
I love the
Mhm.
DeWalt stuff, but again, not in a car, guys.
Tim Riley, what's up, man? Yeah, I thought the Cybertruck was a joke. I really thought it was a joke. I'm like, that cannot be fucking real. Sonny the Beast. Hello. I've been a recent fan of y'all's. Where did that just go? I just completely lost his comment. I've been a fan
Right
of
there.
y'all's. I appreciate your honesty. Give us a breath. Right on, man. Welcome. I thought Cybertruck design was a joke. Yeah, me too. Scully, what's in Scully's pocket? Tootsie Rolls. Any plans for the original kit bag, not the super kit bag? Yeah, I mean, send me an email.
That's the only
Tell me
thing.
what
And then
color you want.
there's change in my other pocket. But
Sand
this
colored
is-
Cybertruck. Couldn't help getting pissed off vegan Democrat nerds trying to be cool. I made a hydrogen generator I can run my Briggs and Stratton on. That's cool. How about a wood gasifier? Anybody familiar with those? I work at Tesla, but I work in solar and battery storage. AG1 Solar, guys, look them up. AG1 Solar. They're setting up a plant right now. Well, they have a plant right now. U.S. manufacturing. They like, what's the other company? Premier Solar. They own Premier, I think. Cybertruck is literally Elon trolling. I think it is too. Is that a Milwaukee? What did he pull
Yeah,
up?
Milwaukee. It's a Milwaukee.
I've got Milwaukee and DeWalt, a ton of it. Know any good knife companies? Yeah, Strider. Gasifiers are awesome. Yeah, you can buy a gasifier right now, turnkey. It's got a Honda generator sitting on it. It looks like it matches. It's on a dolly rolling cart. You can get them. There's a couple sizes. They run upward up to $6,000. You can get into them for like 4 up to 6. You put sticks of wood and it creates fucking electricity. Yeah, we were using wood gas right after World War II. Also, they were using it during World War II and up to. What do you guys listen to for entertainment? What keeps your spirits? I listen to gangster rap, man. I think that's the problem with a lot of these kids. Listen to the music they're listening to, and you will quickly see why they have no motivation, lack motivation. There are a lot of great solar companies out there. Yep. What better, DeWalt or Milwaukee?
Ugh.
I've got a bunch of it. I like the Milwaukee stuff, but if you did a blind taste test and we put them in your hands, the fit and finish is better on the DeWalt shit. And when you look at the Milwaukee, let's be honest, if you look at them side by side, and I hate yellow. I am not go buy this color, that color. I say buy whatever you already have the battery packs for. If you have a charger and a pack for one, then continue on that line. But the fit and finish is just fucking better on the DeWalt. I think Milwaukee kind of just shit the bed on it.
I got sold on a Milwaukee air compressor, small little air compressor for doing tires.
I have them. They're great.
Little spoon.
I've got the
got me
little
this
12
thing
volt one.
And I've used it on every vehicle to include the RV, which those are some pretty big tires on there. And it works great. That little air compressor, I was like,
yep.
I need to go look at the Milwaukee stuff. And I started looking at the Milwaukee stuff. And I came to the point where I was like, I think I need all this Milwaukee stuff. But then I'm like, I have everything in DeWalt already. Yeah. And I have extra batteries for everything. And so I haven't quite converted. And DeWalt, the thing about DeWalt is they don't have an air compressor that's like that. It's a little compact, doesn't require a fucking big ass battery.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I've
I'm
got the
probably gonna
12.
buy more Milwaukee air compressors just so I can have them everywhere.
I've got the 12 volt. They make an 18 and a
Yeah.
12. I've got the little 12.
That's what I got.
And dude, it fills up those 30s
Yep.
on the truck, no problem.
No problem.
Not even like long time. They got a liquid transfer pump that's badass. Just get whatever you already have batteries for. They're all gonna. And the truth is,
And then
all of that shit's better than it was 5 years ago, no matter what color it is.
and if you really want to transition, you can go on eBay. I'm sure you can find them other places, but I found them on eBay. There's companies out there that make adapters for every battery, so
They're on Amazon.
you can put your DeWalt batteries on your
Yep.
Milwaukee and your Milwaukee battery. It's just
They're on Amazon. All the adapters are there.
all the adapters are there.
And there's some good adapters too, so you can plug the plate onto the batteries you have, so that you can USB charge all your shit off.
Yeah,
of them.
I did a 18 volt conversions. All my 18 volt stuff I converted to the 20 volt batteries. It's just an adapter that you put in the fucking.
What you
in the drill,
recommend?
so
What would you recommend as a good rifle for first time buy? I bought property with a shooting range. I have my sidearm, but want a rifle.
Any AR-15.
DeWalt had and I think you should also own a 1022.
Yeah, 1022 is a really good gun to have.
Yeah, I listened to a lot of Adam Calhoun, Tom McDonald, Jelly Roll, Eye for an Eye. David Ray did our song. He's worked with Jelly Roll. Well, shit, the last 5 years. I mean, everywhere Jelly Roll goes, David's there. I think he stopped doing his own music to work.
I've got the DeWalt 40 volt lawnmower. The issue in the lawnmower and even the chainsaw in any of the electric is they work, and I use the shit out of my fucking chainsaw. Like I am cutting shit that I know that DeWalt was like, you're not supposed to cut that shit with that. I use the shit out of it. But when you get a gas chainsaw, it's just not even in the same league. I feel like when I'm using the DeWalt chainsaw, I feel like, and this is going to be wrong because it still will fuck you up. I feel like it's safe.
Yes, you feel complacent.
I feel like it's safe. Well, the way the controls are, that like if you barely touch the cutoff bar, it shuts the thing off. Like I feel like it is for an amateur. If you're an amateur, that's the way to go. And then when you get a real chainsaw, like when I'm using the real chainsaw, I am always like, okay, this motherfucker's
like a power toy.
This motherfucker's dangerous. It's moving way too fast. So I mean, what am I using? What do we use? What saw are we using? The Stillen, right?
Steel.
Yeah, the steel saw. That's what I use when I'm being real dangerous and I have to cut big trees. But again, the DeWalt that stuff is good, but I think it's more of in the electric field, it's more amateur-y. I use the lawnmower, but even again, the lawnmower does not have the fucking power that a gas lawnmower has.
I've got an 80 volt Cobalt because I bought a chainsaw, a hedge trimmer. The hedge trimmers are fucking awesome, by the way. I got a string trimmer, very underpowered. I have a battery lawnmower so I can mow quietly if I need to mow clover to feed rabbits, but it's very underpowered. It is not the same as a fucking gas-powered Husqvarna, and all the gears and shit in it are fucking plastic too. DeWalt's Milwaukee's supposed to have a badass lawnmower out, but I mean, you're fucking $1,600. Yeah, I like Upchurch's stuff. Way less safe. The direct drive electric is instant torque, no throttle. Love my steel 6. I don't have a 660. I've got some.
I don't know what model I bought of the steel, but I did when I went in there. The guy's like, "You want the old man version?" I'm like, "What's an old man version?" You just barely have to pull on the cord, and literally, the soft start that works so good, man. Once you get over the fact that you don't have to fucking do that, because I'll do that all the time and fuck it up. But you barely pull on that cord, and you'll think it's not gonna. The cord goes back in, and then it'll be like blah 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 blah, and it'll start right up. So I like that soft start.
All right, guys, we'll do a few more here.
What do you say? It's way less safe. Direct drive, electric.
2 Chainz 3.6 Mafia.
I do. I mean, when I say safe, I know it's not. I'm talking about two different things. It's the speed and rotation of the chain. A fucking gas chainsaw is moving way faster. You have way higher RPMs than you do on any of the electric stuff.
Low compression stuff.
Yeah. Low compression start. There you go.
Milwaukee chainsaw will overheat the batteries unless you use 12.0 battery. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, fuck, Milwaukee's got batteries out there that are $500 a piece. And when you look at the mowers, I mean, they take multiple batteries.
Yeah.
That Ego stuff, I think it's Ego or Groundworks. Tad's got some of the green stuff that he really likes.
I didn't like the chainsaw.
Which
The Ego
Ego.
chainsaw, yeah. The DeWalt chain for whatever the 40 and the 20, the 40 volt and the 20 volt chainsaw, they don't fucking stop. They just don't stop. And then I have the goddamn pole saw, the fucking 8-inch pole saw. That thing, I am cutting some shit with that it shouldn't cut.
I take the battery chainsaw when I just need to cut up some little shit around the place, right? Because I can just throw it in the basket on the 4-wheeler. And then my big chainsaw, I'm always worried when I have it in there. Like even with the blade guard, I'm worried I'm going to damage the big chainsaw because it's heavy. And then you got to have fuel with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have all the shit. We've got all the real
you got
plus
all the shit.
you can take a battery chainsaw and put it in your wife's SUV, and you're never going to get in there to go to dinner and it smells like premix in there. Yeah, batteries are expensive.
My DeWalt leaks oil like fucking crazy though.
The DeWalt is mine do too.
DeWalt leak oil like crazy.
The DeWalt is a good saw. We use demo. It was good. Next chainsaw class, I'll bring my steel. Oh yeah, steel's the way to go. But I mean, I went to buy steel electric chainsaw, Tim, but the saw doesn't come with the battery, and the battery doesn't come with the charger. You got to invest in the charger, and then do you want the charger or do you want the quick charger? And then you got to buy batteries, and then you got to buy the head. I was $2,000 to do an electric chainsaw from Steel when I went to buy that at Rural King, and they ended up, and I'm like, I'm going to buy a 170. I want a small steel chainsaw, and I came home with a 360 something.
Yeah, I've got the Greenworks 40 volt. The battery just doesn't. I mean, the saw cuts good. I like the saw. The saw cuts good. It's got an 18. I believe that has an 18-inch bar on it. It cuts good, but the batteries, they don't fucking last. Like it's like you've got to have 10 batteries to keep that motherfucker going. And maybe I had maybe I got a bad battery with it, but again, I don't think you can beat the DeWalt's as far as being able to use those 20 volt batteries and fucking just continue to work and work and work.
And I've got, what do we got? 12? I bet I got 12 orange chainsaws here.
Yeah.
I've got a couple Echoes. I bought them when the kids were younger, so the kids and Amanda could use them easier. And then I've got a ton of Husqvarna stuff. And I've got Husqvarna stuff in their consumer series, like box store, Rancher 450, 460s. And then I've got some big commercial like Pro Sauce type stuff from them. And I like the starting on the steel stuff, man. Now that I own a steel, I won't buy any more Husqvarna stuff. Yeah, I'm 4,000 into the steel system. Yep. Would be cool if they made it hook up to a battery back. Did he say they do? They have a battery backpack system. Seems like eventually my batteries just fall apart. Use them every day at work on both brands. You can buy them. You can buy remakes. You can buy generics. They've got all kinds of shit. Oh man, I'm allergic to one of you guys. Gas chainsaws are the way. Husqvarna 435 will take 18-inch bar reliably. Gas chain. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. I was going to argue with you. I thought you were going to. Battery chainsaws are great, but they do not replace gas chainsaws.
I would say if the trees are big, but when we had to delimb and move all that stuff from the church, I was whipping Curtis's ass with that.
What guys call that brush?
I was whipping Curtis's ass.
If it would fit through the chipper we had, it wasn't trees, right?
Well, no, I mean, but we were having to cut all those trees.
You're right. I mean, I got 7 trees back here.
Yeah.
I need to drop. That ain't electric chainsaw shit.
I don't know. Let me buy me some blades. I'll come over and take them down for you.
Less chainsaw, more flamethrower. My DeWalt weed whacker.
I would love
flamethrower. Yeah. Battery saw is perfect for 75% of the stuff. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yep.
Steel MS261 is really good medium saw.
Yeah, if I have a big tree on the ground, I'll delimit with all the electric shit, but then I get the steel saw out to cut that fucker up into sections that I can move.
Yeah, brushed versus dropping trees. Yeah. Drop the tree limit, and then you can use your
Right.
electric saw for whatever.
I dropped the tree with the fucking electric saw.
Is it okay to tag SOE in your knife? But yeah. Yeah. Small limb. Don't expect me to share them. Like I can't even look at all my tags and shit on there. But occasionally if there's some, and if I'm going to share your shit, it's got to be a really good looking post, and it has to have a lot of SOE shit in it for me to share it.
Tactical,
Or you just got to make a badass knife that I really like. And
tactical AR-22. I don't know how to. I don't know who to recommend for a tactical AR-22 because there's so many.
Doesn't Smith and Wesson makes a good one. I
Smith
think
and Wesson
Ruger's
does
got
make
one.
Smith and Wesson does make a good one. I think Smith and because the key when you go buy a tactical AR-22,
The truth is, go buy a good 1022.
buy the one. Well, if he's saying he wants an AR-22, buy the one that is close with controls to an AR-15, so you're not doing any weird stuff.
That's why that M&P, that Smith and Wesson.
I think the M&P is the closest.
James bought those for the entire Girl Scout class. That came out.
And my M&P, I bet there's 100,000 rounds through that gun, and it just won't quit.
Homestead, does HK really make a 416-22, or are you joking?
No, HK doesn't make it. It's a weird company that makes all the look-alike 22s. They just licensed it. It's like God, I can't think of the name of the company.
Have you seen the shears from DeWalt? I've seen the shears from Milwaukee. They're just fucking giant, man. Compared to what shears do I use, Tim Riley? What are the shears that we like? John, can't find your shirt. Peter, should be on the front homepage of the website. There is a search bar on the homepage, and on every single page, top right, you might have to scroll over on a phone if you're on a device. Top right, every single page is a search bar, and if you just put in tar and feather, or just tar, it'll come up. Uramex. Corona pruners. There we go. 1022, and get a kit for it. Yeah, guys, if you get a 1022, you can make it look 1,000 different ways, man. Get that 1022 stainless takedown.
Yeah, but its controls are so archaic, so in the dark age.
But they still have 30 round mags that actually work. AR-15.
You can get conversions
and add. Yeah, you can get.
But they don't work very well. Here's the thing about Here's the thing about going 22. Like I have Glock kits. I have the Glock 22 conversion kits and some 45 conversion kits. Here's the thing about when we're talking about conversions. It's a pain in the ass, and you never want to run it. You never want to run it. So if you want a 22, buy a dedicated 22. If you want a fucking, an AR-15, buy a dedicated AR-15. You're never going to do those fucking conversions. They're going to sit in your closet with all your other bullshit, and you're going to be like, why did I buy that?
And let's be real. The real conversation you should be having with yourself is, what 2 guns are you going to buy this month? Like you should buy a gun every month. More importantly, you should buy a gun every 2 months. You're never going to lose money on them. Like it's like if you'd invested in gold 20 years ago and guns, or 30 years ago, or 10 years ago, you'd have made more money on the guns and bullets.
And there's a ton of guns that I wish I was like, man, I should have bought 20 of those because they're so fucking expensive now. I could be making some mint.
Thank you for
I don't sell guns. So
thank you for the link there, guys. Josh, thanks for the link to the shirt there. Thanks also, Homestead. I see you had posted it there also. Thank you.
Buy property in Kentucky.
In Tennessee. We love Tennessee.
I love Tennessee, but
there's too
many Californians
lower people other than Brashears or whoever that fucking idiot is over there in Kentucky. But the population's lower. The land there's bigger land there that seems like it's not as popular.
If he wants a 22, buy a 22. But the reality is the best 22 out there is the Ruger 1022. But as far as if you're ever going to transition to an AR-15, go with the Smith & Wesson.
Brock, your buddy's dead set on it. Yeah, everybody should have a 22. Every young man should have a 22. All of your daughters should have a 22. It's something that should be in every household.
22 BCG.
Newer 22 BCG have greatly improved the past couple. What is a BCG?
I'm assuming he's talking about a conversion kit. There are a lot of good conversion kits out there, guys, for AR-15s, but again, you're better off just buying a fucking 22, something that's dedicated that shoots 22.
So you don't have to take it apart to do it.
You won't ever make those. You won't ever convert them over, or you'll convert it over, and then you'll be like, man, it shoots really good. I should really just buy another AR-15, or so. You might as well just don't quit fucking around. It's kind of like when guys go, when they're like, you're going to buy a suppressor, use your first suppressor, get the biggest suppressor you want so you can use it on all your platforms. And you know what you're going to do? You're never going to fucking remove it to put it on another gun because you're like, that's silly. Why don't I just buy another suppressor? So get things that are multitask don't really multitask
Yeah.
very well. And
It's like
we're lazy. It's easier just to, if you want a 45 suppressor, get a goddamn 45 suppressor. If you want a 300 Win Mag suppressor, get a 300 Win Mag.
I have Supermoto wheels for my 400 and my 650.
And they're not on either bike.
Never. Once I put one on, I'm never changing that motherfucker. I'm just going to grab another bike.
You're just better off fucking buying the thing. Yeah, the Smith & Wesson is a solid one. Like I said, I got a ton of rounds through mine. Ton of rounds.
Bolt carrier group. Got it. I think I have more 22 ammo than anything. Bought my kids. Yeah, guys, some of you men might not know.
When you go to,
we used to go and you could buy a milk carton full of 22 bullets. You'd buy a thing of 22, and I think it was 100 rounds, and it was a clear plastic, and the top slid off so you could slide it over, and 5 rounds would drop in your hand. You used to buy a brick of 22 used to be 500 rounds. You could also buy a 1,000 round box of ammo all the time. Why are you naked? What have you been doing?
Probably out there setting fires and shit.
You what? Fixed? Oh, no shit.
You fixed it?
You fixed the headlights on the 4Runner?
Yeah,
So it goes in the future.
You put the old ones back in. Thank you, man.
Goes back into the future. It's nice. Yeah. This is what you do, guys. This is what you do. If you're ever worried about ammo, especially 22 ammo, every time you go to Walmart to buy fucking bread, or you're going to Walmart to buy some sodas or whatever,
don't buy bread at Walmart.
Just go
There's no
through
real
the
bread there.
Just go. Hey, you should know that you can survive off a wood pulp. Just go through the sporting section and just buy one box of 22 ammo. It's not going to be super expensive. You just get that box. It's 222 rounds or whatever. You want to make sure you get the copper jacketed ones. Don't buy any of the fucking lead ones.
It's going to be cheaper than the vape bullshit you guys are using.
Yeah, just buy that box, take it home, put it in the closet. Don't look at it. And then if you do that for a year, one day you're going to look in your closet and you're going to be like, holy cow, where did all that 22 ammo come from?
Little girl.
And then you'll be
smoke cigarettes. Don't do vape.
No, don't smoke cigarettes either.
Cigarettes are way healthier. Smoke cigarettes. Don't do vape.
Don't do either. Don't do either.
Grow your own tobacco.
You don't need to do either. They'll be actually in a couple of years, there's going to be something else all the kids are going to want to do. It's probably going to be weird.
22 long rifle ammo for M&P is not the same ammo for Glock 22. Glock feeds the different ammo than 15. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, obviously 22 LR
cal.
22 LR. Oh, Glock 22, maybe a 40 cal. What I'm saying is I have a Glock 22 LR conversion kit that goes on the 19.
You say, what's DCA? He means buy 22 like it's Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just buy it, and then one day you're going to look in your closet and be like,
look, cigarette. I've never smoked
What I
cigarettes
was doing-
or tobacco or anything, but tobacco was not killing people until big tobacco got into it. It's the chemicals and the bullshit they put in the tobacco. Let's be real.
I was doing that in California, where I was going every time I go to Walmart, I buy one box of 22 ammo, and then when they had the big shortage, I went to the gun store that I go to all the time, and they're like, look, we got these little bricks of 50 of 22. I can give you 3 of them if you want to buy them. And I'm like, do I really need 22 ammo? I'm like, I don't think I need 22 ammo. Let me just buy one. And I bought one, and then I went home and I opened the safe, and I'm like, let me see. Oh, that's a lot of 22 ammo.
You guys should have so much 22 that you're worried that if you drop the container, it will go off. That's how much 22.
Yeah, you just get it if you can. It's best to just turn it into like a little game and
keep it in the oven.
One day you're going to wake up and go, wow, I really bought a lot of 22 ammo.
It'll still function.
It's like when you take amp money and you stuff it into your mattress, way into your mattress. If you do that for a year, one day you're going to look in your mattress and be like, holy shit, this is why my mattress is so uncomfortable.
Can you still get ammo for the German Luger?
It's 9mm. Yes, you can still get ammo for the German Luger. 9mm is not new, guys. It's actually old. You can get ammo for the 9mm
Glock
Luger.
44 in 22 long rifle CCI standard velocity.
Well, CCI is usually a low velocity round. You want You want to stop buying them stupid ass rounds that are only putting out like 1,200 feet per second. They make high velocity ammunition now that's anywhere between 12 and 14. You can actually get those black boxes at Walmart. That is 1,000
plastic
rounds
ammo
for
cans?
67,000 rounds for $67. That is high velocity. I do believe those are running it just under 14, like 13 something, and that'll cycle through all your 22 shit. It'll cycle through the Ruger, it'll cycle through the Glock, it'll cycle through any of the AR-15s, because it's just a little bit better.
22 will be the new currency, and shit hit the fan.
Thunderbolt's good, but that ammo is it's a black box, and it's AR-15 specific tactical ammo.
I
right?
tend to agree with that, man.
What?
That's going to be your currency, and shit hit the fan is just loose
Or
bullets.
moonshine.
Moonshine, loose bullets. Like there's a lot of things.
Or moonshine. Always have a case of liquor in your
Somebody
garage.
said, my dad said CCI 22 is the best ammo. What do you say?
CCI 22 is the best ammo. I mean, maybe in
Isn't that
1980.
wasn't that high velocity
It's
ammo?
high velocity. Maybe in 1980. I don't want to say it's the best now.
Josh says tobacco raises testosterone. Is that true, Josh, or are you just saying that?
And how much tobacco do you have to take in to raise your
I
testosterone?
use a lot of exogenous testosterone. Speed beats weight in every instance.
Speed beats weight in every instance? No, that is not true. No.
You don't need a four-wheel drive truck because you can just go faster and hit stuff with velocity in your two-wheel drive.
It's not really true.
We should save all your fuel mileage and take your four-wheel drive system out of your truck. You can't even do that anymore, can you? Yeah.
And even with people, like, you wouldn't want to go up against
Yeah.
someone 3 times my size.
Hey, are you guys aware of 3H Survival? All you guys following that channel, do me a favor and jump over right now wherever you are. Follow 3H Survival. He's got lots of tattoos. You'll know you're in the right place.
And one thing you don't know about that is he uses not green bean, but peas in the ink. So you can lick those tattoos and survive an extra couple days because of all the pea juice.
Pea
that's in
sausage.
Yeah, pea sausage. It's kind of like you remember when the SAS was putting buttons on their uniforms that were made out of peas?
Black Scout said
they could eat 'em?
cigars raise testosterone levels. I think what he means is like those were men. Like if you look at the old advertisements from like the Marlboro Man, like those were men doing men shit, right? 3H had some good high point content.
Nice.
Tell Brandon,
Send that to me. I love some good high
send me the
point content.
address. I need to send him something.
You know, when Grantham did the high point thing, he beat the hell out of that gun and it still worked. So,
Get CCI, get the mini mags. I've got a tourniquet on me right now.
You only if you're shooting a bolt action gun.
Is that the Smoke Pac-Man? I don't know what we're talking about. Snack Pac-Man? I don't know what we're talking about. Oh, yeah, that's him. The Lunchables or whatever, the Uncrustables. Well, Homestead, I just gave 3H Survival a compact tear off med pouch, and he's probably going to go put a bunch of bullshit in there, so he could definitely use some decent contents. Because he's going to source them.
I mean, if you're not putting metrics bars in there, what are you putting in there?
Tucker Carlson goes on about nicotine raising testosterone. Got it. So I know nicotine gum and packs and stuff.
Is Tucker Carlson's channel sponsored by Big Tobacco?
I think I actually truly believe I heard him say that he invested in that company.
In Big Tobacco.
Any hunting or homestead channels you guys would recommend? We do a ton. I actually pretty much stopped doing all that stuff. It never got any traction. I was spending a fucking ton of money every week doing like homestead type videos. H3 Survival. Thanks for the link there to his channel, Josh. He's actually a friend of mine. He's actually standing right here. Yeah, Zen. That's one of the products right there. You have a lot of options with that stuff. Didn't somewhere just ban Zen? I've never tried it.
Keep that shit on.
You keep it with you?
Yeah.
What is it?
Zen.
What is it?
Just nicotine.
Nicotine?
Yeah.
Have you ever...
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an...
Have you ever been into throwing knives? You know,
addictive.
I actually threw a lot of knives, and I broke a lot of knives. Like I would snap, but they were shitty knives. They were not
Nice.
throwing knives.
Hmm.
Sub DH, thanks, man. Cali Band Zen. Yeah, fuck California.
That's because in California, everybody was putting it in their butts.
Turns me green as fuck. Bear Independent is another. Yeah, Bear for homesteading. Yep. Bear's a friend of mine. He'll be here in a couple weeks.
He's coming for SRF. Nice.
We'll check out those channels.
Are you up to date on all your? Are you up to date on all your prayers and whatnots? Because he's going to ask.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Zippix Nicotine
save you.
Toothpicks. What's up? Bear Independent, another good channel. You guys should actually join Bear's Patreon channel. He's got a ton of content over there.
Are you leaving? You guys are out? All right.
Why you gotta go? What happened?
I'll probably take.
Get home to do schoolwork and then she's school tomorrow.
Did you get
There's
dad in
no way
trouble?
there's no way she has any homework or anything she needs to do. She's got crystals.
Very true.
So
She got crystals
she's
and she got a
protected.
pocket on her shirt.
What is it? What is that? What is the other thing you're holding in your hand? Is that just like your little go bag? You got treats and candies in there?
Before we leave.
I really thought that you would have a lot more face tattoos being his daughter.
Let's hold off on that. In the future, things might be different.
Yeah, look at all my comments on YouTube. You don't want them.
In the future, things might be different.
Read the blue book. I've got the blue book. Tucker loves nicotine, just doesn't inhale. We have a throwing bar. Oh, yeah, we've got those axe places and shit. Yeah, Wrangler Star's a good channel. I like Cody's stuff. Callie wanted Berkey to be considered a pesticide. Yeah, that's not just California, guys. That's not just California. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Glad you stopped by. Come back anytime. Is it late? What time is it? Oh my God, it's already 4:30.
4:30. All right, guys,
Tucker
we got to
loves
go. Wrangler
nicotine.
Star's back channel is a
Axe
gold
throwers.
mine.
Should we do axe throwing at SRF?
Oh yeah, we should.
But
No.
let's buy axes. Let's buy
No,
axes that don't have anything to do
listen.
with throwing.
Yeah, you have a lot of randoms at SRF.
Yeah, but you had me with a bunch of randos and guns.
Not at SRF.
Not at SRF,
Not at
but
SRF.
you know it was a
Do close-
rando gun.
You control the situation.
Guys are pulling. No, there's no way I was controlling that situation. Dudes were pulling guns out of their socks, like literally guns out of their socks. Like, is this 32 ACP?
Why are
from
they after Berkey?
1927?
I truly believe they're after Berkey because it removes fluoride. I think that's really
No,
what it's
that's
about.
not why they were after Berkey. They were after Berkey because Berkey wouldn't play the game.
Okay.
Right? He wouldn't play the game. He wouldn't submit the fucking gun, the money to the feds that always. That's why, because he wouldn't play the game. Really, that's it. If you play the game and you give them their pens, what is it? Their pound of gold or flesh, then they will allow you to do whatever you want to do. If you say fuck you, I'm not going to.
Kanye
pen of
West
flesh.
nitrous racing at SRF. I don't know what that means.
Why not? Everything is
Dudes are pulling
well.
guns-
Everything
we're
in
pulling guns out
California
of the stock.
causes cancer.
Ooh, and then there was
Largest
silence.
round you shoot. Largest round I shoot is 12 gauge. Largest rifle round I shoot is 300 Win Mag, but very rare. I've just come into contact with a AI 300 Win Mag that has come back in the old inventory. She's been out for a long time.
When you
Shooting
get-
190s out of that bad bear, but 308 is usually mostly what I shoot. But the reality is, since I've moved to Tennessee, 5.56 has been kind of the guy because I feel weird. And I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I feel weird if I shoot a 308 round under 300 yards, I feel like I'm wasting money. Like I'm just like, why am I doing this? Why am I shooting
Unless
this?
you need to shoot through car doors.
Yeah, why am I doing this? I haven't needed to shoot through car doors since I've been here.
You never know.
Yeah,
Hey,
so 5.56 is kind of the
Wait,
go-to here.
they
But
didn't think they were going to need to shoot through car doors in Hollywood either.
once I finish this cutout of the range, I have a target at 800 yards right now. Once I finish the range, then I will probably start shooting a lot more 308.
Have you shot a 10 gauge?
I have never shot a 10 gauge.
What's
I
the best?
always wanted to get the Terminator 10 gauge, but I never shot one. Never got one because all the ones at that time were made in fucking Turkey or some weird place.
For newbie friend, what do you recommend for pistol or rifle first?
What I recommend for pistol is you go to an indoor range somewhere that has a large selection of firearms. Here in Waverly or here in Tennessee, that would be Royal Range. They have a large selection of firearms you can rent. Rent the one you think looks cool. Rent the one that your friend told you to buy, and go and shoot them. And buy the gun that you like.
GBRS is good to go.
Don't buy the gun that I like. Buy the gun that you like, because that's the gun you're going to shoot most often. Unless, of course, it's a Desert Eagle. If you're attracted to the gold Desert Eagle, I promise you're not going to shoot as much as you think. But buy the gun you like. The one
GBRS has some real dudes over there doing shit.
And then, as far as rifle goes, always get an AR-15 first. It's the most iconic gun of America. Mag dump 308 at 5 yards. I know. I had what is that? HK91 that has a 10-inch barrel. When you do a mag dump, when you do a mag dump of 308 at 5 yards, you just really want to buy a flamethrower.
What he was asking was pistol or rifle first. Which
pistol first. Or I mean,
what do you want to do with it?
These are trying times. I would buy an AR-15 first.
What do you want to do with
buy a pistol? Because you can become more. Let's say, effective with an AR-15 faster than you can be with a pistol, meaning you're going to use less rounds to train up to be effective with that rifle than you ever will be with a pistol. You always have to shoot pistol.
What's a good AK brand?
There are no good AK brands.
Jim Fuller makes some badass AKs. Occam Designs you're talking $3,000 AKs.
I mean, if you like the Flintstones cars, with the wheels that are made out of fucking rocks and shit, you pedal with your feet, you buy AK. Outside of that, get an AR-15. There's just no reason to buy an AK anymore. All the reasons, every box that people check when they say this is why you buy an AK, none of those are valid anymore. None of those are valid. Even the Russians want AR-15s. Like if there was some way that Putin could fucking slide AR-15s into the inventory, he would do it. It's AK the reasons why you buy an AK are no longer valid. It's like showing up. If it's like showing up to a gunfight with a spear. Yes, 100% you can still kill people with spears, and it happens all the time. But why would you show up to a gunfight with
Royal Range is selling their property, and they're going to knock it down and put condos in. Not at all surprising. Isn't there another Royal? I thought I saw another Royal Range somewhere.
I mean, maybe
I thought I saw another location.
They might do that. I mean, money talks, bullshit walks. They're probably, that property that they're on is got to be worth millions.
Yeah. And they probably don't own that movie theater either. I could have sworn I saw another Royal Range. Did you all see the mud and dirt test AR-15 Forgotten Weapons? No, I don't think so. All right, who do you like out of here? Pick a winner. To be a winner, you have to be on our Patreon, and you have to have an order number that you can give us so that we can look up your address. Who do you like?
Jim Foley. I don't know. AK Ammo has
Jim Foley. Okay, yeah. Jim Foley. Do you have are you on our Patreon? He's not going to be. Do you have are you on our Patreon, and do you have an order number?
Juan Pablo. Or Juan Pablo, because I just like Juan Pablo. SIG. Is SIG a better platform? SIG is SIG a better platform rifle? No, not really.
Why would you get a 5.56 SKS when if you're gonna get, why not just get a normal fucking SKS?
How rare.
Okay, Jim Foley.
Has anybody ever seen a 5.56 SKS? I don't know that even is a real thing.
Favorite brand AR-15.
Jim
Foley, jump over on Patreon right now
and send us a message so we can get you this badass fucking woodland super kit bag. I mean, you could put 19 people in there, at least 32 heads, all the AR-15 and magazines you could possibly want. And let's just not forget, it's woodland, so it's cherry. I wouldn't even use that bag. I would just hang it up in my house and be like,
all right, hey, Jim, in community, there's a thread going right there.
Is it a super kit bag?
So
nice.
Looking.
I know you can put a small child in it, or I think we even stuffed Hannah in that damn thing.
All right, Jim Foley, get over here. Throw me your order number. We'll look that up and ship this out to you.
You can put all kinds of stuff in there. That's probably what I would kidnap somebody with, a super kit bag, especially in woodland, because nobody would see it. You'd probably get somebody to just sit in it and zip it right up.
Man, there's people talking on here. Here we go. Okay, Jim Foley, what's your
Order number so we
give me
get
your
that
last order
address.
number so I can look you up here.
We can send you the super kit, the super clean kit bag. I mean, it's nice.
It's pretty legit.
It's nice. You know what? No, I don't think you should send it. I think I should take that home with me. Because again, I wouldn't use it. I would just hang it up. Or you know what I would do with it? Honestly, I'd put 50 poncho liners in it.
Can I show off the bag? Not really. It's too big to even show right here. I'll show you.
I put 50 poncho liners in it. That way somebody could make a poncho liner cocoon nest of a sort. Maybe some sort of layer. Poncho liner layer.
It's big. This handle here
You know
is
what kind of crazy
reinforced
stuff would
inside.
happen in a poncho liner layer?
This handle here is
Poncho liner
reinforced
cocoon
across
area.
here. There's webbing under here. And
Somebody's
it's
waving
sewn
at the
and
door.
cradled all the way underneath.
you
So
left.
it's a big bag.
Why'd you bring back the bag of goods?
Oh,
Oh, that's Amanda.
Does Amanda know you got those? Did she give them to you, or
No, she was playing with them.
where'd they come from?
In there in the box.
They might be Amanda's.
They might have some sort of magical powers too.
What did Amanda
Are-
drive to the post office if you have her keys?
Are you feeling?
Your truck.
She took the Tundra?
Color?
Can you wait a couple minutes?
I just
Let me see that shit.
That too? Oh, what's in here?
I'm sure. I don't know. I didn't know Amanda had necklaces for sale.
Yeah, she. Oh, there's nerds in here. What is this a giveaway? Are we doing a pre-giveaway thing? Because there's candy in that thing.
This came from Amanda too.
Is there a bunch of them or just one?
I don't know where this. You can just have this. Here, just take it. I have 4,000 pounds of that shit.
I'm on FaceTime.
Amanda, hey, is that hexed or does it have any?
How much do I owe
Moodoos
for
on that?
these if they are for sale? My
He remind you, he did get your lights to work.
Okay.
There you go. That's
You could
that's
have
a good
had them.
barter.
You could have had them without fixing the truck.
That's a good barter right there, Amanda. Way to go.
Thank you.
That's the new system we're doing. Crystals for work favors. Yeah, crystals for.
I have 2 tons. When I say 2 tons, I mean we have 4,000
Don't,
pounds.
shh, you're devaluing your crystals.
Later. See ya.
Crystals
Canada
for labor.
geese are still protected by the migratory. Yeah, no shit. I
know.
said that. Guess what else is fucking protected that they shot? A motherfucking bald,
Bald
eagle. Where are they getting the guns for that?
Who shot?
You know,
Migrant.
some
This truck
crazy.
sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound good. It's probably because of the crystals, really. Crystals probably, gave it a little more bass, a little more, you know what I'm saying?
I know a bunch of roofers who work for Crystal.
Because Amanda,
Meth.
right? Because Amanda did she put she puts a little thing on it, at night when nobody's watching.
All right, 222168.
Nice. Jim
Let's
Foley.
see. 221. What did I say? 222168.
Something like that. I don't know.
222168. Jim Foley. Jim Foley. 50 orders, buddy.
Nice. Well, you just got a super kit bag to put all those orders in there because John won't let me steal it.
I have another one in there if you want
No,
it. I have
I
one
don't.
I sewed.
I think you should give it if I take it, it's going to be full of poncho liners.
Ooh,
'cause
Jim's got a bunch of orders open too.
I
Man,
love them.
I'll look at your account here, see what we can do to push some of this other stuff through, give you some options on it and stuff. All right, guys. Thank you for participating. Who is this? HA? I know you're probably what does this say? Is this the 911?
I don't know. Today is 9/11.
You're probably way ahead of me on this. Have you and Scully ever done a deep dive on 9/11? Yeah, he
No,
thinks
we didn't do a deep dive. John's not ready for it.
he thinks
It
that
gets too deep.
he thinks there's no conspiracy.
Gets
to it.
too divey. Gets way out there. I mean,
All right, guys.
There's a lot to dive in.
there is a lot to dive into. Mostly about the.
George Bush let it happen. Dancing Israelis.
I mean, Israelis dance. That's what they do.
All right, guys. Hey, we're out. Thanks for participating. We'll see you guys later.
You ever